Hey y'all, Josh here today, aka the world's greatest dad, coming at you to chat a little bit about the Budge Light Duty car cover. And today we're going to show you how to pick the right one for your car, unbox this bad boy, take a detailed look at it, show you how to put it on the vehicle, and see if it might be the right one for you as well. So with that being said, let's get it. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. When you pick this thing up, it's going to come to you in a box just like this. Let's take a little closer look at the box as well as the product and make sure you pick up the right size for the car you're going to be covering. Now the car that we are covering today is my 72 Ford Maverick Grabber, and when I measured this thing out, it's just over 14 feet long, a little wider than 5 feet. And if we take a look here, you're going to see for the size 3 on this car cover, fits vehicles from 14.3 up to 16.8. Now as we turn the box over on here, you're going to see they have this nice little handy vehicle guide there as well. And then down at the bottom, it's got this 1 through 5 sizing guide giving you exact dimensions. Now I take a look up here and I see the Ford Mustang 1964 to present will fit this. Now the Maverick is the poor man's Mustang, baby, so I shouldn't have any problems getting this car cover on this vehicle. After unboxing this, here's everything that you're going to see in the box. Of course, you got your nice carry case for when you're not using it, vacuum sealed car cover, then you're going to get some strings for tightening, as well as 2 antenna patches so you won't rip this when you have to make holes in it for your antenna. So we're taking this out of the plastic. Let's go ahead and just kind of get it expanded a little bit. And the first thing I notice after getting this thing kind of rolled out is that it's got a nice label for the front as well as for the back. So let's go ahead and get this thing laid out and get it on our vehicle. So we'll go ahead and start with our front. Again, we have our interior label as well as our exterior label. Square this up. Now this car does have an antenna here on the front, so I've put the car cover most of the way on just so I can kind of guesstimate the best I possibly can about where I will cut my hole for the antenna cover. Laid out fairly square, so I think it's going to be right about in there. I'll go ahead and make a cut, and then we'll put on this little piece right there. We'll go ahead and put this on. It's just a little adhesive. And that's what it'll look like with your little patch on. Now it is kind of a bear to figure out the exact placement of that depending on how tall your antenna is, so make sure you take a little time so you don't make a bunch of holes in your cover. Now this definitely is a lighter duty car cover, and it's going to be made for either inside or occasional outside use. Now me personally, I've got my car stored kind of under this covered area, but the sides are exposed. So what I can expect in here is lots of dust, maybe some leaves, and possibly some wind-blown rain. This thing should do a good job of keeping it protected from those elements underneath here. Now when it comes to keeping the car cover on the car, there are a couple things that I do want to point out. Number one, there is this elastic all the way at the bottom, so that's going to stretch and really hold tight. Number two, right in the middle here, you're going to have this nice hole opening. Same thing on the other side, and they do provide you with some string, so we can go ahead and tie this off, run it underneath, tie the other side, and that should help as well. Now the rear also has this kind of loop right here, so you can go ahead and try to attach that to something underneath or stake that into the ground, something along those lines. And to finish this video off, let's go ahead and do a walk around with the car cover fully put on my 72 Ford Maverick Grabber. Once again, this car is a little over 14 feet long, a little over 5 feet wide. I'd say this thing turned out to fit fairly well. Not too loose, not too snug, and should do a good job as I have to leave my car up here for a couple months during the colder season. So there you go. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the Budge Light Duty car cover. Now I hope this video helped you out. We'll see you next time.